Hello YouTube! Okay, so this week's video is going to be just a bit different because instead of doing a finished digital piece, the picture I'm drawing today is actually designed as a coloring page. I'm fairly often asked if I'll offer digital downloads for some of my greeting card designs, and I'm not really comfortable distributing the full color files for those, so instead I've been working on designing some coloring card designs that I can offer as digital downloads. So this is one of two Christmas or holiday themed cards that I've got for this year, and both of them are going to be on sale in my Etsy shop and also free downloads for my Patreon patrons. So this week's video has the full footage of the line art process as normal, and then I've also taken some camera footage of me coloring it traditionally with Copic markers. So since this is designed from the start as a coloring page, I did treat the line art just a little bit differently from normal. When I'm coloring something for myself, I kind of know what everything's supposed to be, so if the line art's a little unclear, it's not really a big deal, because I'll make it clear when I'm doing the coloring. But since I'm giving this to other people to color too, I tried to spend just a bit more time making sure that it was very clear what parts were what just from the line art. And you can kind of see that reflected in how I'm managing the layers on this piece. Even though it's just the line art, I'm still using 5 or 6 separate layers, and that just allows me to move things around a little bit if I find that they aren't completely clear and put them to an area where they read a little bit better. The other thing I'm doing just a little bit differently is I'm using black for the actual line art. Usually you'll see me using some form of slightly colored lines, often kind of a dark blue or a dark brown, just because I find they look a little bit softer and I enjoy that. But obviously they're a little bit less color neutral and they could look bad with some colors people might choose. So sticking to black is nicely neutral, and I think it still looks pretty good with this more kind of cartoony style. It's also nice, of course, because at home a lot of people only have black and white printers, and this just allows them to print out the piece as it was intended right from their home computers. So I should probably mention right before we jump into the coloring that I'm really not all that good with Copic markers. I don't use them professionally, and I'm still kind of practicing with them as an amateur, so please don't take any part of this part of the video as instructional in any way. I do think they're a lot of fun to use, and I think I'm getting pretty okay at getting some dimension in the picture, just by kind of following the 3D shapes in the picture with each brushstroke. But I'm still really struggling a lot when I'm trying to cover large, flat areas like the sky in this picture, just because I don't think I've got the technical skills. I'm also trying to get a little bit more adventurous with color mixing with them, but it's a little bit scarier playing around with color traditionally than it is digitally, because you're a lot more worried about screwing up the piece. I think I do have a couple of followers who are way better at traditional mediums than I am, so if you do have any tips for how to do all those things, please definitely leave them in the comments down below, because this is something I think would be really cool to get a bit better at. So aside from playing around with Copics, this was also kind of a test of these new printable coloring pages and kind of like how they are formatted and how that was going to work out. And I'm pretty happy with them. The card itself is designed to be folded into a 5x7 greeting card, which is pretty easy to find envelopes for and that kind of stuff. But it's printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So if you're coloring before you cut the card out, you can pretty much just freely color over the edges while you're working and not really have to worry about it. So for me, I thought that was really helpful and kind of fun, and hopefully other people will like it too and find the cutting instructions as intuitive as I think they are. So that's about it for this piece, I think. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and especially a big thank you if you've subscribed or done the thumbs up thing or left a comment, because those really do help out the channel. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you in the next one.